first time ever.
Warning acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members
The drivers of a new economic age.
Hello everyone, welcome back to MND The Futurists. I'm Major Namrata Dhasmana, bringing strategic, geopolitical and economic insights. And today's video breaks down a major development. President Vladimir Putin's visit to India has opened the path for a potential USD 100 billion trade partnership between India and Russia. This is not just diplomacy. It's a long-term strategic move that can reshape India's energy security, defense cooperation, and global geopolitical positioning. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Now let's decode the entire picture. Why Putin's visit matters for India. Putin's visit comes at a time when the Russia-West conflict is ongoing. Global supply chains are shifting. Energy prices are volatile. India is rising as a major industrial and strategic power. So for Russia, India is a stable long-term partner. And for India, Russia is a critical source of energy, defense, technology, space cooperation, strategic minerals. The meeting signals one thing clearly. India-Russia ties are not weakening. They are expanding. From 65 billion to 100 billion trade, the big target. India-Russia trade reached 65 billion in 2024, mostly driven by discounted Russian oil. But now, both sides aim to push this to 100 billions by 2030. This is a bold but achievable number because India imports 40 to 45% of its crude oil from Russia at discounted rates. India exports to Russia that grew 4 times in the last 2 years. So Russian investments in India's energy and nuclear sectors are increasing. Defense joint production is expanding. The gap imports from Russia are huge, but exports from India are still small. Putin's visit aimed to fix this imbalance. Oil, energy, and the discounts that changed everything. Now, Russia became India's largest crude oil supplier after 2022. Why? Pretty simple. Russia needed few markets and India needed affordable energy. So the discounts fluctuated between 4 to 8 per barrel below global Brent prices, saving India billions of dollars each quarter. So today, India buys 1.9 to 2.2 million barrels per day from Russia. This covers almost 1/3 of India's total oil needs. Then payments increasingly use rupee ruble based structures. Putin's visit tries to stabilize this long-term supply and reduce payment barriers. Then defense joint production, not just purchases. India has historically sourced 60 to 70% of its defense equipment from Russia. Major systems include S-400, air defense, BrahMos missiles, Su-30 Mach 1 aircraft, T-90 tanks, INS, Vikramaditya aircraft carrier. But now the model is changing. From imports to joint development, India and Russia are focusing on new BrahMos variants, joint production of spare parts in India, transfer of technology for engines and ammunitions, naval cooperation in the Indian Ocean. Putin's visit strengthens India's push for Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. Let's understand the nuclear power. Now, the growing India-Russia axis. Russia and India are already collaborated on Kundankulam nuclear power plant, India's largest nuclear power project. Today, the planned capacity is 6,000 megawatts. Putin's visit pushes faster construction of reactors, future sites for nuclear power expansion, joint nuclear fuel cycle cooperation. Now, this matters because India needs stable, clean, non-intermittent energy to reduce dependence on imported coal and gas, trade in rupees, rubles, and digital currency. The biggest barrier to India-Russia trade is payments because of sanctions on Russian banks. Many transactions get stuck and takes time. So India and Russia are exploring rupee ruble mechanisms using Asian banks. Future digital currency settlement. If we see expansion of Indian banks in Russian markets, a stable payment system could itself unlock 20 to 30 billion in new trade opportunities. So, Russian investments in Indian infrastructure. President Putin's visit also discussed Vladivostok Chennai maritime corridor. Cuts transport time from 40 days to 24 days. It strengthens India's reach in the Arctic and Far East. Second, investment in Indian oil refineries. Russia wants stakes in West Coast refineries, petrochemical projects, semiconductors, and minerals. Russia offers rare earth elements, titanium, nickel, copper. These are critical for defense, EV manufacturing, space technology. So, how India benefits strategically? First, certainly in energy security, long-term oil supplies at stable prices. Second, diversified foreign policy. India does not depend on only the United States, only the European Union, or only the Middle East. India maintains strategic autonomy. And third, defense capability. Joint manufacturing reduces costs and increases the reliability. Fourth, access to Arctic region. Russia is India's gateway to Arctic shipping routes. New energy reserves. Then fifth, leverage with the West. Strong ties with Russia give India a bargaining power with the United States and Europe. Then what are the challenges in this 100 billion dream? Certainly, it is not easy. India must navigate US pressure and sanctions environment, payment risks with Russian banks, then trade imbalance. India exports too little. Logistics bottlenecks, need for faster regulatory clearances. But both sides believe these challenges can be overcome. So the India-Russia 2030 vision, what the future looks like. If the goals announced during President Putin's visit succeed, India and Russia will see by 2030 100 billion trade volume, deep defense, co-manufacturing, long-term energy supply contracts, new number power plants, Arctic cooperation, a reliable rupee ruble payment system, and strong presence in each other's market. This is not just trade, It's a geopolitical recalibration. India is building partnerships that secure growth, energy, defense, global influence. And President Putin's visit has opened the next chapter in that journey. If you find this analysis valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Major Namrata Dhasmana, and you are watching MND The Futurists, where we decode the global geopolitics in simple and strategic language. That's all from my side in this video. I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.